Hey Capricorn, welcome to what is going to be a bi-weekly reading this week. Usually I do a weekly forecast, but I'm a little late getting these posted. And I want to get a head start on next week. So this is going to cover a longer period of time. We're going to cover February 1st through the 13th. You might stumble upon this video after that time period. That's fine. You're going to find it whenever you are meant to find it, whenever it was time to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the Capricorn collective, okay? Not every single message will resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. You may need a private reading. We're going to connect and see what's coming up here for the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle. All right, let's get right on into it, my darlings. Keep in mind the time that I'm doing this, February 1st, is the new moon in Aquarius. So we're going to see how that new moon energy is going to be affecting Capricorn. New moon in Aquarius is a time of new beginnings, clean slate, starting over, embracing authenticity, coming into our power. So there's lots of powerful energy to take advantage of right now. But we're going to see what messages are coming in through the cards here. Oh, wow. Look, Capricorn. Your first card here is Eight of Swords. Now, this is telling me how some of you are experiencing this new moon energy. As I said, the new moon in Aquarius is a time of clean slates and starting over. The fact that Eight of Swords is the first card coming up for Capricorn tells me that a lot of you are feeling this. Like, you have good intuition, and your intuition is kind of like picking up on the fact that you want a clean slate, you want to start over. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Maybe for some of you, you're looking at the clean slate like about yourself and about your life. You know, one of the things that happens when we are awakening is we start to see things about ourselves that we want to improve, or like we start to see lower vibrational people around us or experiences that we've had that maybe weren't so high vibe, and we might kind of blame ourselves, or we might say, oh, I should have known better, or I should have done that differently. And so we might start to criticize ourselves or be hard on ourselves when we start to wake up. And so this Eight of Swords energy, Capricorn, I feel some of you just feel like you want a fresh start. You want to be like that eagle. You want to feel that sense of freedom and that sense of just, not being so burdened down by memories of the past. But you're feeling stuck, and you're feeling this sense of like, but I can't. A lot of the times, Eight of Swords tells us we feel stuck because we're waiting for the right person or the right situation to come in. And we're telling ourselves that we're stuck until we find that perfect job. We're stuck until we find that perfect friend. We're stuck until we find that perfect soulmate. And Spirit wants us to know that that's not the case. The things that we're seeing as obstacles can actually be used as stepping stones, as solutions. And we need to be cautious when we're in the Eight of Swords energy. I've said this in previous readings. The best case scenario, when you're in Eight of Swords energy and you're looking for someone to come in and kind of help you break out of the current circle and, bust out of it into like a new life, new situations. Best case scenario, because energy attracts energy and like attracts like. Best case scenario, this is going to be somebody coming in that is looking to you for answers. They also feel stuck. They also feel trapped. They also feel hopeless. And so the two of you are maybe going to at first start out really bonding and connecting, like you totally understand each other. But over time, you might start turning on each other. Like, how come you're always leaving it up to me to figure everything out? And that person is like, what? You figure everything out? I'm always the one that has to figure everything out. So it can become kind of difficult situation, okay? Worst case scenario is we will attract opportunistic people. We will attract a job where they kind of feel or sense that we're very discouraged and we're feeling really kind of stuck or helpless, and they might pile on a ton of work on us and tiny bit of pay. They may say things or do things that make us feel like we're worthless or we're stupid, as a means to hold on to us there and to continue to pay us so little. People can come in a personal situation where they see you as vulnerable and they're trying to get into your pants, or they're trying to act like they're going to help you, they're going to save you, and they're going to take care of financial stuff for you. Be careful, Capricorn, that you're not putting financial things in someone else's hands. I know that finances can be very stressful. Many of us are not taught about money growing up. We're not taught how money works. And so some of you might have somebody coming in and saying, oh, let me show you, let me help you. But in this instance, if you're in the Eight of Swords energy and you're like, oh, this person's going to be the answer to my prayers, this person's going to get it all figured out for me, be cautious. Because this is somebody who has some kind of ulterior motive. I'm not going to say that for all of you, this is somebody who is going to take your money and run. That can happen in some instances, so be very cautious, be very careful. But for some of you, this could just be somebody who's coming in and using it as a way to control you, to have power over you, to make you do the things they want you to do. And that's not healthy either. So Capricorn, you're picking up that this is the time for a clean slate. You're picking up that this is a time for the new beginning. But the negative ego is coming in and telling you that you're stuck and you're trapped. And that's not the case. Because the Eight of Swords tells us we feel stuck, but being stuck is an illusion. There are solutions here in the things that you're viewing as problems. The next card coming up here is the Knight of Swords. Okay? Some of you... Oops. Let me check on my puppers here. He's happy. He's wagging his tail. I think he just was sneezing. Sorry about the background noise. My dog is very attached to me and likes to be by my side. So he's a rescue. He's a recent rescue. So you may be hearing him. He's a little clingy. Okay, so there may be some background noise. Your next card here is the Knight of Swords. And Knight of Swords is a card that can come up when things are being sped up, things are happening very quickly. But Knight of Swords is also a card that comes up when we're dealing with someone who is very opinionated and wants things to be their way. Okay? Now, Capricorn, whether you feel defeated right now or whether you're like, you know what, I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to take advantage of this new moon energy in Aquarius, this clean slate energy, and I'm going to do big things in my life. Some of you are dealing with a person that sees you, I keep hearing commodity. They see you as a commodity. They see you as something to obtain, to better their circumstances, and to be a blessing in their project or in their life. This could be an employer. This could be a romantic partner. This could be a parent. This could be a family member. This is someone who is seeing you as a way to better their circumstances. Like they see that you're moving up. They see that you have the potential for really big things happening here. Even over the next few months, like in the not so distant future. They see good things coming your way and they want to benefit from it. And so they might be coming in and being really controlling all of a sudden. Like you have to do things their way. You have to do things the way they say. You might, in a work situation, you might feel like all of a sudden your boss is really on your back. Like all of a sudden they're really writing you. They're nitpicking little things. They're being very critical. And you're like, what in the heck? What did I do wrong? Why are they so mad at me? It's a control tactic. It's a way to hold on to you. It's a way to make you feel like you got to work harder. You got to jump higher. You got to jump through those hoops, right? It's a control tactic. So that you feel that you're not doing good, so that you feel like you're not good enough, and you put up with that, and you don't look for a job somewhere else. Or in a family situation or romantic partner, this could be someone who's really kind of nitpicking at you. And again, it's their way of making you feel like you're lucky to have them around. But I also feel like they're really being very opinionated about what you need to do in your life. Like, you need to listen to them. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. You need to listen to me. Like, that's the vibe I'm feeling here from this Knight of Swords. So Capricorn, I feel like someone is trying to take you and put you in their little back pocket and have you as, like, in case of emergency, you know, here's Capricorn, bust out Capricorn. They might see you as, like, financial blessings are coming your way. They want a piece of that. They might be looking at you as, like, you're going to take care of them or give them financial security as they get older. This is very, very opinionated energy, very kind of pushy, bossy energy. I do feel like you're going to take control of the situation, but the lightning is really jumping out at me, so I do feel there's going to be conflict. I do feel there's going to be disagreement. I feel there's a sense of boundaries being put down here. I do want to say be careful and be cautious, Capricorn, because I do feel that some of you might get so angry and so worked up that you might want to act out physically, whether that's taking something and breaking it, or throwing it against the wall, or punching a hole in the wall. God forbid, some of you are tempted to hit somebody. Step away, take a breather. Don't let it get to that point. Don't let it get to that point. Maybe some of you are going to want to break stuff, and so maybe you can do that in a controlled or organized way, right? Maybe you can take some things that you have that are already broken and can't be fixed. Maybe you've got like office space. Maybe you've got an old printer somewhere that can't be repaired, or a toaster or something. I don't know. You might have some things, and maybe you have a backyard and you can take it out into the backyard and you can take a baseball bat to it. Or maybe you can take it somewhere like a field, or like a place where people aren't going to call the cops on you, you know. But maybe some of you are going to need to unleash some physical aggressions in a safe way, in a productive way. Some of you might be doing kickboxing or some kind of martial arts, but you might be needing some kind of physical outlet. The next card that's coming up here, Capricorn, is the Seven of Wands. And this is really going in here with what we're feeling here in this energy. Because Seven of Wands is standing your ground. You have somebody trying to pull you down from what you're doing. You have somebody trying to bring you down from where you're at right now. And Seven of Wands is a card about standing your ground, right? It's a card about, for me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. But you may be dealing with people who are discouraging you, or nitpicking, or trying to pick a fight with you. And Spirit is saying, don't give in to that energy. It's just crabs in a bucket. They're holding you down. They're keeping you down. Don't give it your energy. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused, and you're going to be fine. Seven of Wands tells me also that when you have this nitpicking coming at you, you have this criticism coming at you, just focus on what you're doing. Maybe focus on the solution. Maybe focus on finding that new job, or finding that new living arrangement, or moving out. Or if it's a person, for example, maybe you're somebody that's living with your parents right now. A lot of people are living with their parents right now, despite if they're younger or older. You know, a lot of that is happening right now because of what's happening economically, as well as what's happening in the collective in terms of generational curses being broken and ancestral wounds being healed. A lot of people are finding themselves getting pulled back into family situation because this is a time that we're clearing and healing this kind of stuff. So we're being forced to face it by being around family. You might not be in a position where you can cut your family out. You might not be in a position where you can cut your parent out. But emotionally and energetically, you can separate yourself from their drama. You can separate yourself from their chaos and not take in that chaotic energy. And know and understand they're going to nitpick. Know and understand they're going to criticize. Know and understand they're going to try to be controlling. And instead of fighting them and saying, you need to understand that I'm not a child, and you need to understand that you can't tell me what to do. You're right. You're absolutely right. But They're going to push back. They're going to come down harder. It's going to be the never-ending struggle. What you need to do, and maybe some of you, this is a roommate, a sibling, a romantic partner, a spouse. Instead of giving that drama energy, instead of giving that fight energy and power, you can just say, okay, thank you. I will think about that. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you for bringing that into my attention. That's given me a lot to think about. And then you know what you do? You turn around and you just do what you've been doing. That's it. That's it. Just let this person feel like you heard them. You're taking what they said seriously, and you do what you need to do. And that will keep the peace, and that will keep you on track. The next card that's coming up here is the Emperor. Okay, this could be Aries or Scorpio energy. Okay, if you have an Aries or Scorpio placement, there can be big changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. If you are dealing with an Aries or Scorpio, this could be someone who is coming in to claim their power in a situation. Okay, so I'm hearing agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. You might not be able to turn them around to your way of thinking. But Capricorn, this is a time of you embracing your power and you coming into your power. So it's not a time for you to bow to their will. It's not a time for you to bow to what they want you to do. So there may be an agree to disagree kind of situation here with somebody. Like a boundary. These are the things we're not going to talk about. These are the areas of life we're not going to get into. These are the things that I'm not going to share with you. Okay, it's like a sense of boundaries. You may also, in your own right, be stepping, regardless of zodiac placement, stepping into Emperor energy. The Emperor answers to no one. There is nobody above the Emperor. There is no one on this planet whom the Emperor answers to. He is the highest ruler in all the land, right? And the only person the Emperor answers to is God. And so there's a sense of authority. There's a sense of authority, coming into your authority. You answer to no one but God. There is nobody above you. Emperor also learns from his mistakes. And some of you in the beginning were looking back at your past like, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did that. Emperor says, no worry. You just take that and you come back better. You come back stronger. Right? It shapes you into being a better person, wiser, more capable. Emperor is successful and powerful because he's fallen on his face and he's gotten back up. And he's learned from the past. And he's stable. And he's confident. And he's successful. He's independent. Okay? Divine masculine energy. Coming into that divine masculine energy. I do feel, Capricorn, that a lot of you also really need to be connecting with earth energy. We talked about the anger. We talked about the physical outlet. But meditation and time in nature is going to do wonders for a lot of you. And I understand some of you might live in very urban environments where you don't have like places where you can go. It's not like you can just go hiking or you can go into the woods, you know. But if you have a backyard or if a friend has a backyard and you can just sit outside next to a tree, next to a bush, whatever you have access to. Whatever you have access to. There was a time that I worked in a really stressful job in the city, and there was nothing. There was nothing around. There wasn't a park I could go to or anything. And I'd get so overwhelmed in my job. And in my breaks, I would go down to the bus stop because there was a tree by the bus stop, and I would just stand by that tree. I would just spend my 15 minutes standing by that tree, under that tree, touching the trunk, leaning against the tree, and it would take my stress away. Try it. I'm telling you that there's just something very, very beautiful about that energy that we don't realize. We take it for granted. Just spend some time with the tree. If you can, if you have access to one, just stand under it for a little bit. Just like feel what you can feel standing by it, the energy. It's very grounding. It's very healing. And I feel like doing this is going to help some of you come up with some really great ideas about how you're going to be moving forward. also releasing and healing. The next card we have here is the King of Swords. And this could be air sign energy. So air sign would be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Some of you might have air sign placements, and you may be focusing on those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign. But we do know we're in this Aquarius energy right now. We're in Aquarius season. We have the new moon in Aquarius. So some of you may be tapping into that element of air and coming into your thoughts. The King of Swords is an excellent decision maker, a wonderful decision maker. And he's going to make the best decisions based on logic and based on what is going to be beneficial for everybody involved. He's not going to make decisions out of guilt. He's not going to make decisions because he's being bullied into making decisions, or because he's being made to feel like if he doesn't do this, then he's some kind of a jerk. He's not going to make those kinds of fear-based decisions. He's going to make the decisions that make the most sense and that are going to bring about the best outcome, the best results. And so some of you might really be kind of re-examining your thought process here. And this is interesting because we have the King of Swords, but this almost looks like the King of Pentacles. With this, this shield here almost looks like a big coin. So some of you may be making some big decisions or coming up with an action plan or game plan about your finances and about projects or ideas that you have that are going to make you money, investments. This King of Swords is telling me you're coming into decision making, but that shield looks like a coin to me and it's jumping out at me. And we have this beautiful energy here where it gives me the sense or the feeling that you're going to be making powerful, responsible, logical, beneficial decisions around your money, around your finances. I feel like this is the time, Capricorn, you're taking your finances into your hands. And you're taking back your power in terms of money and in terms of what you're doing with your money, how you're making your money, and what you're doing with that money. So, very, very powerful messages. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks, your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love and romance readings for February are linked in the description. And basically, guys, I just want to say real quick here, I know I've been inconsistent with posting and with my content. This is why I'm doing a longer period of time in this video so I can get caught up and get ahead again. I know I've been inconsistent with posting the podcast. There's been a lot going on with me on my end. I've been dealing with some very difficult challenges. And part of that is right now I'm trying to get a diagnosis. I'm very close. I don't want to say anything until I know for sure. If I do get the diagnosis, it'll be a good thing because it'll give me a game plan. It'll give me an action plan. And I'll know what I need to do to be more consistent. So my inconsistency in posting, it's not that I'm being lazy. It's not that I don't care about you guys or I'm over it. There's just things that I'm trying to get in order right now. So as soon as I know, I will be open with you. I will tell you what's going on. I will share it with you because it can help somebody else out there who might be going through something similar and they're like, I don't know what this is, you know? So I will let you know as soon as I know. But in the meantime, I thank you all for watching, subscribing, commenting, liking, scheduling private readings. Thank you for your continued support. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful next couple of weeks and getting back with the consistent posts again. We're working on it. I'm working on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, Capricorn. Bye.